Okay, apologies for the horrible lighting. I'm in the bathroom. I have the door closed. It's gonna echo because I got the TV running out there and she's got the TV running out there. So basically, I did promise, and I'm looking in the mirror so I can try to get this as short as possible. I'm actually filming this while I'm in cycle 52, but I just went back and looked at the video and figured, I need to update my LTTTC people, long-term trying to conceive. So I'm adding this on to my updates so I can start getting you guys back in the loop, and because I haven't given up. So basically I am going to show you the tests right now that were part of cycle 51, and then I had the really weird, like very faint tinged TP with pink that turned into what I consider a cycle. I mean, it went from like a day late of light bleeding for 2 days, which was weird. Usually my first day is heavy, and then it goes to medium, and then 2 light or 3 light. And I don't know if I can get the screenshot of the cycle up there, but if I can from Fertility Friend, I might have to do a screenshot on the phone. Don't hate me. The video is already shit quality from the laptop. So I'm trying to put something together for you guys. So anyway, I'm going to pause this a couple times so I can piece this video together. Okay, so I only used 2 of the clear blue, and I think these are called the early results tests. I don't know where the boxes are, honestly. Actually, hang on. Actually, I tossed all the boxes when I bought them. I forgot because somebody here tries to get in all my business. She knows about the testing, but she just wants to be all up in it. And I don't need the stress, so hang on. I'm blinding myself. Okay, so I'll try to do this with as little glare as possible. I started testing on 9 DPO. I have blinded myself with this freaking flash, so sorry about the glare because of the plastic they put on there. But that was the 11 DPO, and this was the 12. And I know a lot of people hate blue dyes. I don't know if I'm blinded and I'm seeing it, but there is a slight shadow of a plus, the up vertical line that makes the plus on this 12 one. I put the black dots there so you can kind of see where I'm looking. I don't know how close I can get that this is not going to turn into complete shit and chaos, but I will try my best. You can kind of see it there. A lot of people hate blue dyes because when you get the evap or after it dries, you're going to get that same, I think right there, you can kind of see it there best. So I didn't see that on the 11 DPO one at all. It looks pretty darn clear. And then 12 DPO, remember 11 DPO is when I had that weird spottiness that was kind of like possibly implant bleeding. So work with me, phone. Phone hates me when I'm up close like this, sorry. Okay. Plus I had to turn the flash on so you guys can see what I'm talking about with that shadow. Okay, that's those. Okay, I apologize greatly. Jesus, Jen, focus. I did have to, what did I do? Jen, talk. I took these out from underneath the counter. I had them just thrown under there because I had a friend over the other day, and I don't like people all in my business. If you watch the channel, great, but actually a lot of my friends and family doesn't watch it at all, and my friends, not many of them do. They know about it, they have links, so it's up to them. I'm not hassling anybody to watch it. So, again, these are going to be the first signals, which is pretty much what I've only been using. I have not even bought any of these other tests until this cycle because I was kind of thinking I saw a haze of something. And then I went a day late and kind of had that weird, just light pink, barely pink on the TP, which is right about implant time. So, you know, it was what it was. So I checked it out with the more reliable, well, not more reliable, but just different brands. So these are the first signal from Walmart, the 88-cent tests. Okay, now these do not have the semi-annoying plastic on the front that the other ones use as a splash guard. So this is this was actually 8 DPO. The number is the CD or the DPO, sorry, days post ovulation, and the A or the P is just what time of day I took it. A is first morning urine, and I think this was actually at 12 noon on 12 DPO. And this one was a PM test that was, I want to say, around probably like 8 at night or something, just because I had happened to run out and get one more because I was kind of out. And I had started using some Freres in there. So you can see on the, sorry about the yellow urine staining, it is what it is, people. You can see here that I started questioning this one on 9 DPO. Because if you look at 8 and you look at 9, you can see the 9 DPO. I'm going to move this just slightly back and forth. You can see that it's got more of a shadow there than that 8. And yes, a lot of people do get EVAPs on these. I generally get nothing. So that one on 9 DPO right there, I might get too close with this flash or light that it actually drowns it out. But hopefully you can see that. I think I just killed my freaking flash. Okay, there we go. And so I skipped a couple days in here because I had switched over to the Frere, which I'll show you in a few minutes. And on 14, it really wasn't much of anything there. 9 is definitely a lot more noticeable than the one on 14. And, oh, I have mixed my numbers up because I am a jackass. 14 was after I had actually started that light, very, 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 very light bleed, if that. So as you can see, I went from 8 to 9 to 12, which I clearly saw a darker line, a stronger line on 12. That was for noon on that test because I had to go out to the store and get them. But by 13, this is a PM test, and the urine was very diluted. So I can still see a shadow, and I just wrote it off to the fact that I did it at night just because I had extra tests and I was being a jackass. But from 9 to 12, it definitely got a little darker in my opinion. But by 14, this is a first morning urine. That line, it was back to being light. So in my mind, I was saying probably another chemical type deal. Praise be to the gods that Frere in US has gone back to the straight stick ones, because those curved handle bullshit jobs they were saying with a new easier to grip handle. The fuck are you talking about? Just because it's curved, you're still holding the damn thing down if you're dipping it or in your pee stream. How does that make it easier to hold? Whatever, that was some bullshit. I personally think for someone who's been testing for over 4 years and used Frere quite a bit in the past, I think they were a lot more sensitive in the US back when people were screaming, go back to these straight sticks. And they have. But honestly, I noticed that Walmart, and for a lot of people, these little Walmart, I can't see because I'm blinding myself, these little Wally cheapies actually were starting to be kind of the better deal as far as showing lines to people. Compared to Frere with that very light pink dye. It just was starting to look like Walmart was picking up their game. So that's why for me, can't speak. I don't even know what word I was going to put in there, predominantly. I don't know. Mainly for the last year, I have used just the Walmart 88 centers. If you see any shadow or hint of something on there, a Frere usually gives you a decent line. So, but again, I do know people very well that I've spoken with for years, and they've shown me pictures of their tests. They've shown me their actual tests. And yeah, the Walmart brand from day to day definitely hit the ink darker. And I think it's just because if you look at it, Walmart's got the first signals, have the much darker dye. It's actually like a purple. It's not a pink. So anyway, these are the first response lined up, and it's going to be a little harder to see the hint that I was seeing because I also noticed that they tend to kind of like as they've aged, now that it's been going on the second week since these tests, about 8 days, they're actually starting to yellow a lot more, and that's kind of getting rid of any really, really, really faint squincher line. So here they are. Okay, I apologize yet again for the splash guard plastic shield glare. Nothing I could do about that, and I have blinded myself thoroughly again, shooting with the light in my face because I'm kind of trying to make this all one clip. My memory on my phone is being real shit right now. It's been a pain to upload and edit a couple videos, so I'm not sure how much you guys will be able to see. I won't know till I actually get my vision back from light blindness here and I can actually check them out. I'm just going to move them at a couple different angles. I want to say, as I'm slowly getting a little vision back, I want to say it is the 11A to me that seemed the strongest. 11P, I could see a shadow as well, but I feel like by 12 I didn't really see as much. I only did that one 11P, which is an afternoon or evening test. I'm sorry, it would have been about like probably 12 hours after, oh, that would have been nighttime, I'm sorry. I generally was testing around 9 a.m., 8 to 9 a.m., so that would have been around 8 to 9 p.m., 12 hours later. But I want to say it was this 11 a.m. first morning urine test that I believe, I hate when people have shaky cameras, and I'm sorry, my hands always shake, so I'm just gonna, like I said, keep tilting at different angles, and if you see something, you see it. Doesn't really matter at this point because, as I said, I did go into heavy bleeding by 2 days later, and then it went right back to light. So, and now I've got this annoying migraine and this food aversion. Which is why I am going to actually have my next video I'll put up after this one is going to have the update, explain where I'm at. I'm on cycle 52 because as soon as you put a light on there and go past spotting, Fertility Friend is going to bump you to a second cycle. And I didn't see anything that told me it shouldn't continue. So for that reason, I'm on cycle 52 as far as I'm concerned. I do have my cup of urine right here that I just did, and I've got my first signal test right here, the last one that I had in the drawer, and I do have a first response, early results 6 days sooner. I'm not breaking that one out, I can tell you right now. It's the very last, flare that I have. So unless the powers of some craziness show a really decent change of lines, no BFN, big fat negative, which is what I'm expecting for this test right here, which will be on the next video, which I will put down as cycle 52. So it'll be LTTC, LTTT, 3 T's, somewhere in there, LTTTC, long-term trying to conceive, cycle 52. And I will even put on there that I'm doing a, people put live HPT, I guess that's what it's going to be, but anyway, as you can see, I just peed before I started testing these, filming these for you guys. So I'm going to add that onto the 52, which will be this video, and go to my next video that I upload shortly. That will be the one that has cycle 52, which I'm currently in because I'm just checking because shit's weird and I still haven't eaten all day today. It's almost 6 o'clock. I don't know, I can't see. And yeah, I had like half a protein bar. Other than that, I'm nauseous. I got a killer headache still. Yeah, I've taken 800 milligrams of ibuprofen twice. It's hiding me. I don't know at this point. This might end up being a couple videos because that other one was kind of long. So I know how it gets when you watch a couple 15-minute videos in a row. Anyway, I'm getting that craziness going again, because you don't even want to know how many pregnancy tests I threw away from the last couple of years that I just had boxes and some tests to compare. Like if you got a weird, what do you call it, a dye run, which I've only had one, or EVAPs, which really I tried all kinds of different tests, WANFOs, and you know, these weird baby conception ones that you get on Amazon, like the little, you know, IC's internet sheepies and stuff like that. I had so many different kinds of tests over the years, so you don't even know. I used to keep just one of each when I knew I had either a chemical, so I had an idea of where the lines definitely would show up, but by now it's memorized. I know the spacing, I know where they should be. So basically, yeah, we're gonna skip this pile right here so I can go ahead and get to the next stuff. Bye.